What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be giving you a crash course tutorial on how to set up a standard Facebook ads campaign. This is going to be a pretty beginner level tutorial going over the different optimization settings within a Facebook ad campaign. Let's start at the campaign level. If you go into your Facebook ad account, at the top left of the screen, you'll notice a green create button. Once you click that, you'll see a pop-up window that shows you the different campaign types. For this video in particular, I'm going to be teaching you how to set up a sales conversion campaign. Don't worry, the setup will apply to all of the different campaign types. Click the sales campaign type and then press continue. Once you click continue, you may see two options pop up. One option is the Advantage Plus shopping campaign, and the second option is a manual sales campaign. I have a whole video on Advantage Plus shopping campaigns. If you want to know how to set that up, check it out in the description below. But for this video, I'm going to be talking about a manual sales campaign. Now, for every Facebook ad campaign, there are 3 levels to a campaign. There's the campaign level, the ad set level, and the ad level. I'm going to go over the nuances of what is in each of these 3 levels. The campaign level, there's not too much going on here. There is an option called catalog, but I'm not going to go over that in this video. But no, if you click that on, your ad campaign will become a dynamic ad campaign. This is what's called a DABA or a DPA, and it'll help you create ads that dynamically generate from your catalog. But that's a little too complicated for this video. Let's just focus on the standard sales campaign. Don't touch anything at the campaign level until you get down to the Advantage campaign budget section. This feature used to be called CBO or campaign budget optimization, which essentially means your budget is going to be distributed at the campaign level. Facebook's AI will automatically distribute your budget throughout your campaign. So if you have multiple ad sets, Facebook will choose where to push your spend based on the best potential for performance. Now, if you have Advantage campaign budget off, that's what's called ABO or ad set budget optimization. This means you won't be able to set your budget at the campaign level, but you'll actually have to set it at the individual ad set level. Your default should always be to have this feature on and let Facebook's AI do the work for you. In my accounts, for example, I'll use this for testing new ad concepts where I want to force spend to a specific ad set. While this is personal preference, it's a fact that is Facebook's best practice to use Advantage campaign budget optimization. So I recommend that you do that as well. At the bottom of the campaign level, you'll also notice something that says campaign bid strategy. Facebook, after all, is an auction, so you want to make sure that you understand what the different bidding strategies are. The 4 different bidding strategies are highest volume or value, cost per result goal, ROAS goal, or bid cap. In a nutshell, highest volume is going to spend through your whole budget no matter what to try to get you the most purchases. The next option is cost per result goal or cost cap. This will let you set a desired CPA target that you're willing to spend. And if Facebook doesn't think that it'll be able to get you that desired CPA, it won't spend your money. Now, this isn't a perfect science. You're still likely going to get ad spend through even if it isn't at your CPA, but it will throttle your spend based on consumer demand, meaning that you may not spend through your whole budget. ROAS goal is very similar to cost per result goal, but you're going to be optimizing for value instead of a cost per result. This means you may set a 5 as your ROAS goal, which means that you want to get a 5 times return on the ad spend that you're inputting into the algorithm. And a bid cap is essentially saying that there's a max bid that you're willing to spend in an auction to get a result. One is very similar, but slightly different from cost per result goal. Ensure that you understand these different optimization settings as they actually are optimizing for totally different types of customers. For example, if you choose ROAS goal, that means that you're optimizing for a value-based optimization. Because of this, a lot of times with ROAS goal campaigns, you see a higher cost per result, but sometimes still a higher return on ad spend. This is because instead of purchase volume, you're optimizing for value. Now, highest volume may do the total opposite of this, where it's going to optimize for the lowest hanging fruit purchasers. This is because it's prioritizing volume of purchasers. It wants to get as many purchases as possible. And this likely means that Facebook is going to go for low average order value products. The bid strategy that you choose for your business may differ very much from another. It's going to depend on the product funnel that you have. I would do more research into these bid strategies and test them out and see which one works most effectively for your business. In general, though, Facebook does state that its standard best practice is to use highest volume as a bid strategy. I'd say across most of the accounts I've worked on in my career, highest volume works the best, but you need to be careful to ensure that you don't have a large variation in average order values that you're pushing on your landing page, or it's likely going to choose the lowest hanging fruit. What I mean is if you're selling a product that has a $300 average order value product on the same page as a $50 average order value product, you're likely going to be selling all of those $50 products and may not break even if you're going to have a better margin on that higher average order value. However, at my agency, Common Thread Collective, I have a ton of experience running ad accounts using cost caps, which is our best practice. And this can also work very well in some ad accounts. Like I said, test things out and see what works most effectively for your business. Next, I want to talk about the ad set level. First, ensure that your conversion event location is going to your website, and also make sure that your pixel is selected. For targeting, I urge you to only exclude past purchasers 180 days from your pixel, and also a customer export list. My standard best practice I recommend is to not use remarketing in your ad account and to use something called an acquisition campaign. Remarketing is not necessary in your ad account in 2023, and I have a full video about it that I'll link in the description below. But overall, what this type of targeting does is it lets Facebook have the ability to retarget your users that are within your funnel without hitting your past purchasers. At the ad set level, Facebook will also show you what your audience size is. At the ad set level, make sure that your audience size is as broad as physically possible. This is what's called broad targeting or unrestricted targeting. Make sure you select your location, your age, and your gender. I would urge you to use 18 to 65 plus age targeting, and then also for your gender, select all genders. And that's what broad targeting is, essentially unrestricting the algorithm to find your purchasers. You can also create custom audiences like lookalike audiences or use interest audiences within Facebook's system. However, since the iOS 14.5 update that Apple rolled out, these audiences have been a lot less effective. In general, I recommend not using them at all and just using broad targeting. For your placements, use the recommended Advantage Plus placements. I'm not even going to get into this. There's no reason for you to not use automatic placements. And at the optimization and delivery section, you're going to want to make sure you select the proper optimization for ad delivery. If you're using a highest volume campaign, you're optimizing for purchase conversions, so make sure that you select conversions. Now, if you're using the highest volume bid strategy, you can also optimize for highest value. This is a slightly different optimization setting, and like I said, we'll be optimizing for a different type of user. This section is also where you'll set your bid if you're using a cost per result goal, a bid cap, or a ROAS goal. Now, lastly, and most importantly, this is where you select your attribution setting. Not only is the attribution setting a way that Facebook optimizes to report your conversions, but it's also a way that the algorithm will optimize to target a specific type of user to take a specific action within a time frame. For example, the 7-day click, 1-day view attribution setting is optimizing for users who are likely to click on your ad and purchase within a 7-day window, or to view your ad and purchase within 1 day. Make sure you're careful when optimizing for 7-day click, 1-day view attribution setting, as Facebook is known to over-optimize for view attribution. Problem with view attribution is that it lets Facebook optimize for window shoppers who are just simply scrolling and looking at your ads rather than actually clicking through to your website. Ensuring that you're optimizing for users who are actually going to click through to your website and optimizing for that specific behavior is super important, because it's going to provide you a lot more incremental results. I would much rather spend my money acquiring customers who are going to click through to my website rather than window shoppers who are just going to look at my ads on social media. My recommended best practice is to use the 7-day click attribution setting. However, I only recommend using this attribution setting if you're spending more than $500 a day. All right, and the last step is the ad level, which is a lot easier to set up. First, make sure that you select the correct Facebook and Instagram page you want to run your ads through. Next, select the proper format that you want to run your ads with. There are several different options here. You can either manually build a single video or image, or you can create a carousel or a collection ad. There's also an option called Advantage Plus Creative for Catalog, which will let you dynamically pull product images from your catalog feed or product set that you can create in Commerce Manager. That's a whole other video I won't get into today, but if you want to see me talk about that more, leave a comment below and I'll go over it. At the ad creative level, you're going to be able to select your media, which is either a photo or a video. You can also create a video slideshow of multiple images, and underneath that section is where you can enter all of your copywriting options, being your primary text, your headline, and your description. I highly recommend using the multiple text options feature on Facebook ads, which lets you put multiple primary text, multiple headlines, and Facebook will dynamically show the user whichever one it thinks will get the best response. I actually have a whole video on multiple text options where I talk about how I effectively use it in my creative strategy and to test new copywriting angles. Make sure that you select your proper call to action. and then also input your URL destination. Make sure that you have your website events checked on, which is how you'll make sure your pixel is connected and firing through that ad. And also make sure that you're effectively tracking your ad campaigns by inputting a UTM parameter into the URL parameter section. This will make sure you keep your data organized in external tools such as Google Analytics or whatever other tools you may be using. Now stop. Before you publish your campaign, make sure that you do a strong quality assurance check to ensure that you're not wasting your budget. Once you publish that campaign, you're not going to want to touch anything for at least 4 to 7 days. And I highly recommend that you wait a full 7 days, as that is the 7-day click attribution window that I recommend you use. If you make any significant edits within the first 7 days of launching an ad campaign, you may be totally screwing up the learnings of that campaign. Once you feel comfortable that everything is properly set up, you can go ahead and publish that campaign. Once you go ahead and launch that campaign, you're going to want to make sure that you manage it as effectively as possible. I'm sure there are tons of things that I didn't cover in this video, so if there's any questions that you have, please leave a comment below and I'll be sure to answer that. And if you want to know everything that I do on a daily basis to manage ad accounts spending anywhere between $1,000 and $10,000 a day, I have a video for you in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing for videos just like this every week, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.